All right. Good morning. Oh, let's fix that. Good morning. Okay. Good morning. If you're watching a playback, we're just gonna give people a second to join. I'm gonna switch up here. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So, hey, welcome. Good morning, y'all. So we got the Sag and the Leos. All right. So I'll wait a little bit for some more people to join in a second. Oh, Pisces, y'all on time today. Y'all wasn't playing around. Thank you, Amelia. Some of my Sheen couture, if you will. All right, so we got Sag, Leo, Pisces, Cancer, and Aquarius. Hello, y'all. All right, so today I did change the title because I wanted to try something a little different. I want to see what the overall theme was for the readings in general, and I pulled leadership. All right, so yes, happy Friday, Tara. So this is why I put leadership. That's why I put the title, "Who is the winner?" Right. So we're gonna see what that's about. Leadership typically for me can be a teacher, a leader, an entrepreneur, the authoritative figure, whoever is going to maybe like who's in the lead if there is some sort of competition. So that's why I changed the title today. So I just want to try something new out. Those of you that joined as members for the free tarot decks and the Life Oracle deck, the Life Oracle got shipped yesterday. So I am expecting it to come either tomorrow or Monday, Tuesday at the latest. They ship pretty quick. So it should be here. I'm really excited. I'm pressed to use it and try it out. Those of you, if you just want a tarot deck, you don't need all that. These are available in my store. Everything is linked in my description. I've been editing things, trying to get my website to look a certain way if people Google it or if it pops up on Google. So right now my products are not tagged to YouTube. I might have to disconnect it and reconnect the store again. So yeah, pray for your entrepreneur and side hustle friends. And if you are one of the entrepreneur and side hustle people, you are in my prayers. Because it is not easy, okay? It be so many things just going on, little stuff. But it's all good though, because I get to do something that I love. So I have no issue with that, of course. All right, so to let y'all know, so far we got Sag, Leo, Pisces, Cancer, Aquarius, and Scorpio. Keep dropping your signs in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, also, members, I did do a career reading last night, so I might do love readings tonight for the members. There are also two tiers of memberships, guys. So if you don't need a tarot and oracle deck and you just want to get like the monthly question and the members only readings, definitely can do that. That's the lower tier. Also, those of you, once you get your deck, hey, I will change your membership quick. I'm an honest person. Change your membership to the lower and you will still get all the same stuff. If you need to change it next month, it's all good. Everything's still included. All right, yeah, keep dropping y'all signs in the chat. We're gonna get started. If there's anybody on TikTok, Kick, Twitch, I am up on YouTube. This will be time stamped. So yeah. All right. Oh yes, get some decks. They're available. They are available. Get them now. Get them now. They are available. I am thinking about maybe doing a raffle too. I used to do that when I did art. So I did like a raffle for a painting. So I might do that as well, like a little $5 raffle or something like that, and people enter and I'll like live choose somebody. But I'll figure that out. I'll think about how to do that. All right, so we're gonna get started. Come on, zodiac signs. We only have 6 signs. I know it's more. I know it's more. You said come more prizes. We got Sag, Leo, Pisces, Cancer, Aquarius, and Scorpio. Where's the rest of y'all? Where's the rest? All right, we're gonna get started. It's all good. They'll join. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I forget what your zodiac sign is. I think you're a Capricorn or okay. A Cancer. I'll put Cancer. Okay, Capricorn. Oh, we got Cancer. Let me put Capricorn. We got Cancer already. Yeah, you know the Sagittarius, Amelia, she be in here. I know my Sagittarius, so. All right, we got Sag, Leo, Pisces, Cancer, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Capricorn. All right, y'all, we're going to get started. And then, of course, you know, you'll see me kind of take a break to write the signs down, so. All right, Sagittariuses, let's see. Those of you joining on TikTok, if you're asking personal questions, we do general readings by zodiac sign. So drop your sign in the chat. If anybody has personal questions, you can do $5 Cash App questions. Excuse me, or you can do, if you're on YouTube, you can do the super chat as well. I've been meaning to say that because I keep forgetting that I have super chat on there. So you don't have to do Cash App. You can just do a super chat. All right, so we got Virgo. You said I'm the second card reader today. What in the algorithm? Well, if you stopped to watch the first one, if you was being nosy on the first one, that's why I popped up. All right, Sagittarius is, let's see. So what's the center of the reading for the Sagittarius is? Let's see. Okay, superstition. All right, nervousness, worries. In this case, something may not be real. All right, something may be a superstition that you don't have to worry about. All right, but let's start with you first. Let's see what your current energy is here. I'm getting that's kind of what something may be. All right, because remember, oh, well, you may not remember. Last night I did the career readings, and you said you were being nosy. For the career reading, Sagittarius had courage and luck. So there could be something that is worrying you or something that's not real that you're afraid of. That's not like it's a superstition. I feel like that's what the energy is. But we'll see, because there are times where you do need to be concerned about stuff. We just, you know, it's real life. All right, so what's your current energy, Sagittarius is? Let's see. Okay, interesting. Mystery. Okay, so you're either looking into something or you're keeping something to yourself. Okay, so whenever we get mystery, y'all know I'm going to keep it vague if it needs to be kept a secret. Let's see, what are you keeping to yourself here? Being mysterious. Okay. It's not a bad thing that you're hiding. It's not like a secret. Okay. Let's see. So what is the, okay, what's the superstition in? Let's see. What is the superstition? What is the fake belief system? A superstition about guidance. Being guided by who? Let's see. Self-esteem. A superstition about dealing with somebody that feels left out. I feel like too, there is a superstition about trying to fit in, or there is a superstition about everybody being the same. That's one thing I'm getting. So if you're like, if you feel like you are different in any way, shape, or form, I feel like nobody feels included, or everybody feels different from somebody. You may have little things in common with people, but nobody ever completely fits in. But I feel like too, there is also a warning about being guided by somebody who feels insecure. So make sure you don't take advice from somebody that's insecure. This kind of reminds me too, like, I want to be careful with how I word this because I don't want to come off like I'm being mean, but I did see a video once. I may have mentioned this, but I did see a video kind of pop up on my algorithm on YouTube. And I found the title to be interesting. It was like, somebody gets karma for using their good looks. But why wouldn't people use something that works for them? Like, I found that kind of odd. So there's something about being careful about, if somebody is insecure about something, I would not take advice from that person. Everybody also has insecurities, but I feel like in this case, somebody is giving information, or they're trying to teach people or lead people when they have, like, there's a lot of negativity, or they have a very negative mindset. All right, let's see. What other energy should you be in here? And when I talk about good looks too, I just mean attractiveness. People are attractive in general. Like, some people just have attractive energy. There are people where it's like, okay, I want to talk to that person, or, you know, they get a lot of friends or they have a lot of people around them or they do very well at work. Things like that. It's like for somebody to criticize something like that, that has to be an insecurity. All right, but let's see, because I'm talking about something deeper than just looks, deeper than just something superficial like that. But let's clarify. What other energy should you be in, Sagittarius is? Okay, so finesse. So you need to plan for something. Also, the thing that you're hiding is obvious. Okay, what? So first of all, this is the thing, right? I'll explain what this is because this is odd. It's going to make sense later. So right now you're hiding luck. And the reason I'm putting that out there is like something is easy for you. You're lucky or something came easy for you. That's what you're hiding. Hold on, y'all. Do not message them. They do not see any struggles. Do not message that person. Hold on. Don't do that. Do not ever deal with anybody that's like that. They are not good readers, okay? All right, so anywho, so I feel like you're hiding the fact that something works out for you or that something is lucky for you. I will say that that's obvious or people can tell like you get away with things or like things kind of fall in your lap or something comes easier for you than you think. Also with luck, that is the energy of whatever you were born with. Like it's something you cannot change, but you're trying to hide it. All right, so it's something about you. You were born that way. You act that way. You were already in that scenario. All right, but finesse means you may need a backup plan. So let's clarify. What do you need to plan for here? And we're going to see what your intended outcome was too. Okay, so you need to plan for something dealing with a Libra as usual. Libra keeps coming out in Sagittarius readings. If you guys do not know a Libra, you may have, like, say you're a Libra rising, right? And you're trying to hide something, it's visible. Or if you have, like, Sagittarius naturally has Libra in the 11th house. So that would be a bunch of people seeing you. All right, so you need to plan, like if you're trying to hide something, you need to plan for the fact that naturally you have Libra in your 11th house. It could be a Libra viewing you or just people in general. All right, so you need a plan for something dealing with a Libra. Okay. Okay, first of all, what was your intended outcome here, Sagittarius? Your intended outcome is finesse. What? Okay. Oh, innovation and personality. So maybe you're trying to appear like you're not lucky. You know what, too? I feel like you're trying to appear this way because of the self-esteem person, because your energy is not coming out like that. But we're going to clarify. So this could be an energy, too, where like something's going well for you, but you don't want to make somebody else feel like insecure. Okay, let's see what else is going to occur with Libra energy. So you need to plan for something with this Libra, or let's see what else is going to plan. Okay, so what occurs with the Libra energy is Libra hustle and change. So I'm getting something about a Libra and a Scorpio in an order. All right, it may become difficult. The Ten of Wands coming out next, but I feel like there has something to do with money or finances or two people coming together. Now, this is your own finances. You may have to concern yourself with like debts or repayment or something like that, but this looks like a person. Oh, I remember yesterday too that something behind mystery was a Libra. Okay, all right, let's see. Let's see. So let's clarify. What are you doing in mystery? Let's see. He's really take advice from your therapist spiritually. I feel you on that. You gotta be picky. All right, so let's see. What are you doing in mystery, Sagittarius? Okay, the tower. So yeah, you're shocked. You are shocked. What is this? This is gonna make sense later. All right, so what's happened? What is the norm that you expect here? Okay, you normally expect the Six of Cups. Let's see. So what is shocking? What's going to occur instead? So you're going mentally through a tower moment. Interesting. The Two of Wands. So if you're okay, yeah, somebody is going to walk away and leave. This could definitely be you. If you are expecting somebody to stick around, I do want to point that out. You're not going to have like a a confidant or something like that. I feel like too, if you're expecting something to be the same as it was when you were a child or the same as it was from the past, that's not going to occur. Like literally, I see you getting up and leaving or going somewhere. If you expect to go like return back somewhere, that's not going to occur. All right, let's see. What else is the Six of Cups here? What's the norm? What do you expect? Oh, well, that's what I should have said, love. That's what I was expecting. Okay, what's actually going to occur here instead? Okay, we got connectivity, dominance, and superstition. So there we are. There, it's like we're going to be able to control whatever we're worried about. Okay, that's odd. Where was the love supposed to come from? I'm saying that's odd because I don't even be try. Y'all know me. Okay, we got the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, work is giving you a new perspective on professionalism, or work is going to give you a new perspective on a Libra. Maybe you thought a Libra was going to be generous or kind. But literally your career is giving you a new perspective on professionalism, or you're able to see something more clearer. I feel like what you're working on or what you're building up is what is going to cause this tower or this shift for you. All right, let's keep going. That's interesting. All right, so what energy do you need to be in currently with finesse? If you're on TikTok, this is also up on YouTube. Okay, so you need to be holding on to something. The Four of Pentacles, you need to hold on to something. I feel like that came out yesterday, or that came out in the career readings. All right, so first of all, you need, like I said, if it does have to do with money, plan to have to pay for something later. I would hold on to your money. Don't spend too much. Don't do no big lump sum. I'm also getting to, you are in mystery, but you do need to keep something more to yourself. Let's see, what do you need to hold on to here? Okay, I feel like something that you're sharing. It's something that you're expressing. Okay, what's the skill card real quick? So that is you in front of a group. I do see you got the Queen of Wands, Ten of Cups. So you are in front of a group. What is a Libra going to do? Or courage, rebellion, and respect. Okay, let's see what the superstitious part is. Because you're not coming out like that. Where's the superstition? There's a superstition about there being regrets. Okay, the Hangman, the Judgment, and Six of Wands. There may be something that came from a Pisces that you're no longer going to believe in. Where did this superstition come from? Four of Wands. Let me see. Where did this superstition come from? And then we're going to see what may cause insecurities. Oh, love. Okay, so this belief system comes from, like, this could be a sibling, a cousin, a mother. I feel like there's a superstition that comes from, like, trying to fit in, and this is not. Wow, okay, this is odd. This is an odd read. I really was not expecting this. I guess that's why I'm in the tower. All right, what's the self-esteem? What triggers somebody's self-esteem here? So it comes from somebody close to you. All right, so what triggers self-esteem is a trap perspective on what? There's a mindset. Somebody is insecure. That's what I'm saying, on ambition. So it's like while you're working, you don't have a trap mindset anymore. You're working, or you're focused on something, or you're trying to build something up, or you're remaining consistent. I feel like too, an insecurity comes from like a trap perspective on career fields. If there's a Virgo involved, but I feel like there's different like career fields here. What else is luck for you? The Six of Pentacles. Okay. You just receive things. What else is your luck with the Six of Pentacles? Maybe you just receive things or something comes easy to you. Yeah, something comes easy to you. I feel like, too, you got resistance and pride and emotions. You're trying to act like you're not. It's almost like you're trying to hold back. That's kind of what I'm getting. It's like you're trying to hold back from being proud of something that you have or something that comes easy for you. This is an interesting reading. It's going to come full circle, so we'll see what else comes out. All right, so what's the outcome for you, Sagittarius? All right, you got sexuality, innovation. There's leadership. So what's the theme of it is leadership. Gemini is your opposite sign. Somebody is, yeah, something is about manipulating somebody's perspective, literally. And okay. We'll see what this is. Somebody is manipulating an individual's perspective. That's where the self-esteem part comes from. If you ever feel like you have to be humble or hide something, that is a perspective. Maybe you feel like I can't show off the things that I've been blessed with or the things that come easy for me or my maybe even like a natural talent. And it's like you're supposed to hide that natural talent. And you got that from love. Maybe somebody taught you, like, maybe they're like as a kid, you know, like, hey, Sag, like, calm down. You know, like, say somebody was a natural singer and somebody's like, hey, you know, the neighbors is too loud. And it's like that kind of makes you feel insecure about being a singer. Like, that's just a metaphor because I can't sing. But that's just a metaphor. All right, we're going to see. That's probably going to come full circle as we go through the other signs, I'm sure. I'm 100% sure. I probably should just put Libra on here. I didn't read the signs, so I don't know if anybody's been putting any extra signs, y'all. I'll put Libra since they came out in the Sag reading. So far, we did Sag. We got Leo, Pisces, Cancer, Aquarius, Scorpio, Capricorn, Virgo, Libra. All right, so if it's anybody else, oh yeah, not wanting extra attention. You're a natural investigator. You was told to stop snooping. Let's see. We got Pisces. Yep, we got Aquarius. If you're watching on TikTok too, I know the readings may be long, so this is up on YouTube. Yep, we got Virgo. All right, we must just have a group here today. It must be something in the air and in the stars. It's the same folks. All right, Leo, y'all are up next. Let's see. Let's see, Leos. All right, what is the center of the reading for the Leos here? Center of the reading for the Leos. All right, a Gemini is coming out in your reading. If you don't know a Gemini, this can be like somebody that you actually are dealing with, dating. It could also be a sibling, something like that, somebody close to you. All right, this can also be about masculine versus feminine. Yeah, you say you tend to find yourself around insecure people. Really quick, before I finish the Leo reading. Oh, happy birthday. Shout out to the Leo over there. Happy birthday. I will say, like, for me personally, I've always been very optimistic and I always have like certain goals that other people just, they don't see it. Like for me, I'm the type, I'm like, yeah, we can go do this, this, and this, and we'll get this. It is like other people don't, it doesn't matter who they are. They never fully see what I'm talking about. So that could be that kind of energy too. And I'm like, hey, it work out for me. It work when I go do it. So that it could be something like that. All right, Leos, what's your energy? What's your current energy? Okay, power. All right, so stepping into your own true power, saying something out loud. You could be saying something in a very forceful way. Excuse me, y'all. Let me drink some water. So this could be about communication. With that Gemini energy coming out. Y'all know I be yelling, so. My voice. All right, what other energy should you be in here, Leos? Okay, perspective. Yeah, something looks a lot like a mindset. This has a lot to do with Gemini energy for you. All right, you have Gemini placements. Let me see. Do I have the transits up? Let's just see real quick if it's anything in what you call it, in Gemini that might affect y'all real quick. Oh, Mercury is in Leo. There we go. Mercury rules Gemini. All right, so that's one of the things. And then also Uranus is in Gemini, and it is trine Mercury in Leo. So astrology wise, this could be you unexpectedly, this will definitely unexpectedly change your perspective, how you perceive something. And it can also change how you communicate. All right, it's also opposing Pluto and Aquarius. So you are going to have like a shakeup or something that's sudden. All right, so let's see. What attitude, what are we looking at? What are we observing here? And we're going to see what perspective you should have. Okay, self-esteem. That came out in the Sag reading. So if you're wondering why a Sag hides certain things, it could be because maybe they feel like other people will be offended or something like that. Okay, but your perspective on literally self-esteem or being offended or somebody feeling left out. Okay, so how do you currently view this energy? It could be a person that you're observing, but how do you currently view this? Okay, spirituality. So yeah, you may feel like somebody feels insecure about their spiritual belief systems. You may feel like, if this is you, maybe this is you, because you're watching something spiritual right now. Maybe you feel like, damn, like why can't I just go on about my day without doing tarot, or maybe you're thinking about that with another person, or maybe there's a religious belief system that somebody has. It could be religion. All right. So what other attitude should you have towards this? How should you view self-esteem? Okay, you got angel. So that's the Sag reading, but Sag didn't come out like that today. Yeah, dominance and emotions. Yeah, so that's interesting. So this now somebody could be using spirituality to control their emotions. They can meditate. So this is what this is. A Sag is controlling emotions. You may feel like too, maybe you think somebody is offended because of a Sagittarius's belief systems. Sagittarius rules spirituality. Okay, that's interesting. All right, let's see. So what are you looking at currently with self-esteem? Let's see. What are you looking at currently? Yeah, okay, so this is how you view it. You have a certain perspective to it. Yeah, there's a Page of Wands, Five of Wands, and then the Ace of Cups. There's like conflict. Okay. There's a lot of conflict here. There's a lot of argument. How should you view this? We're going to figure out where you... Now, remember, you could be in power. So you are the Page of Wands. In this case, I feel like there is something that you're saying. You may feel like somebody's offended by what you're saying, but that person may be trying to control their emotions. Something that you're saying is invoking like a new feeling in somebody. Excuse me. Let me get one more card after that Ace of Cups. So something you're saying is invoking a new feeling, or... Okay, we've got the Hierophant. The Death card, and then the Hermit. So the people that are involved, there's in your energy, there's a Taurus, a Scorpio, and a Virgo. If these are people. And that's interesting because I don't see a Sagittarius here yet. So we're gonna see what else that means. All right, so you're asking questions is distracting, or you're asking questions and there's like a conflict, or you're bringing something up that has to do with a Taurus, Scorpio, and a Virgo. Ooh, let me write that down real quick. Sorry, y'all. That makes sense. Hold on, that makes sense. So there's okay, I'm going to read this part first because this is you, and then we'll get to the other energy. So you're saying something because of how you view a scenario, right? What you're saying there's going to end up being a relay of messages. So a Scorpio goes and says something to a Virgo about a Taurus, or this Virgo is able to observe what happened between a Taurus and a Scorpio. That's significant. That's going to be significant here. And it starts with something that you are saying if these are people. All right. We're going to continue. Okay, so that's the first scenario. We're going to break this down. All right, so let's see what else. So if you were to expand your horizons or open your mind, how would you view something differently? These can be rising signs too, y'all. So you just... Okay, you got the Three of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Swords. Literally there's the guidance. That's what I'm... So there's something dealing with like... the Fool and the Six of Wands. There's something dealing with... First of all, we're talking about a Sag controlling their emotions. They're going to be professional and logical, right? But this doesn't look like Sag energy to me. Remember we talked about in the Sag reading, we were talking about how they need a plan for a Libra. There's like somebody else's energy here. And in their energy, there's about self-esteem and spirituality. That like somebody is coming off like they don't like other women. If there's a woman doing something, it comes off like that woman feels insecure around other women or something. And that can tie into this first scenario. I feel like there is a Taurus woman and a Virgo woman. And there's like a Scorpio male or something like that. I know this sounds all over the place, but it's going to make sense. All right, so where is Angel at? Because I don't really see them here, but maybe they are. And we're going to see what emotions are being triggered. Yeah, okay, so Angel is here. They're happy. So something, it's like if you think somebody is insecure, they're literally able to make themselves happy, or they're laughing, or... Okay, what is this person able to do controlling their emotions? Because I don't know why you think that there is... Okay, what are they not listening to with defiance? Okay, we've got transition and versatility. They're not changing something that they're doing. They're happy where they are. But you view something as insecurity. That's interesting. What else is making this person happy? Okay, they're happy with a change. So maybe you thought that something was going to go a certain way and it's supposed to be bad for them. Let's see. Now, remember in the Sagittarius, and they came out as luck. So if something shifts. All right, so what was the situation before? And then we're going to see what's going on. It was sexuality, the way that you think. That's the center of something. All right, so I feel like there's a mindset that changed here. First of all, for a Sag or a perspective, or if there is a person involved, something shifts with a Gemini. What did they change into? Or what did something change into? Leadership. So if this is a Sag, instead of listening to other people, because Gemini is their opposite. So whoever is opposite of them, it doesn't matter what their sign is, they will be listening to somebody else. Gemini energy is also communication, but it's perceiving something. So you're receiving the information. Sag tends to come out as like a teacher or wisdom, things like that. So if this is this person, they're happy in this position. Yeah, leadership and vision and ambition. I'm also getting two, they're able to see a pattern. I'm also getting two, they're able to see that something is healing or being fixed. Literally, they can see that something is healing or fixed for them. So let's see. I feel like you're observing this. You can have Sag placements, guys. You may be a Sag rising, Sag moon. Where else are you here? Like, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so you're in the... Yeah, Sag that's the energy they're supposed to be in, is the Four of Pentacles, to retract something or hold something back. Okay. What was going on before with the Gemini energy is they're listening to someone else. All right, the moon. And then what does it turn into here? So they're happy with what's going on. All right, yeah. Page of Pentacles, a Star, Four of Cups, and then the King of Swords. I feel like, too, they're able to get somebody else to see something differently. Something is not as hidden as before. There's actual evidence. So like I said, leadership and vision. We can actually see that something is fixed here. Aquarius can also be healing energy, the Star card. So something is not, I feel like, too, they're able to see that something wasn't over. It's able to be restored and fixed, or somebody is able to redo something over again. So it's not that big of a deal. If there was an issue, if there was any changes, somebody's able to fix or restore something. All right. So I feel like this is the reason this is coming out is because of how you view a scenario. It's how you view something. All right. So your reading is kind of how you perceive other people or how you perceive spirituality in general. I feel like, too, if you're viewing somebody that uses spirituality, they're not using it because they feel insecure. It could be something that calms them down. Like I said, meditations, or it may be something that just, it works for them. Like maybe they know how to manifest. Maybe they know how to do candles, hoodoo, whatever. Maybe somebody, it doesn't even have to do spirituality. It could be a religion. Maybe that religion works for them. Maybe they prayed and something came true and that works for them. I don't convert nobody, but that, yeah, it works for them. Okay. All right, that's your reading, Leos. We'll see what that is. The main people that did come out was Taurus, Scorpio, and Virgo. Even though we pulled Angel, I didn't really see, they didn't come out as a major card. They're just kind of here. So I don't know if they're behind the scenes or whatever, but all right. You may have Sag placements. So y'all can look up your birth chart on CashApp or on astro.com, and you will need your birth time for like your rising sign. All right, Pisces. Pisces is up next. Oh, wait, you just wrote a lot of signs. Hold on. Most of those are here except for, let me add Aries. All the other signs you typed are on here. So we did Sag and Leo so far. If you're on TikTok, y'all, this is up on my YouTube channel. Same username as EeshUrHeartOut. So we did Sag and Leo. We're going to do Pisces, Cancer, Aquarius, Scorpio, Capricorn, Virgo, Libra, Aries. These are general. If you have personal questions, you can either do the Cash App $5 or you could do YouTube, what's it called? Super Chat $5. So you do that, and then we do the personal questions in between zodiac signs. Really quick, if you're new here, you can join as a member to get a monthly question as well. That's up on my YouTube. A member on YouTube. All right, Pisces. Let's get y'all's energy. All right, so what is the scenario surrounding the Pisces? What's the center of the reading for y'all? Okay, truth. So we're going to see the truth here. All right, what are you able to see the truth about? Okay, potential. So first of all, this is like actual, like, I don't want to say evidence, but it's something that you can physically touch or see, something you can hold in your hand. I feel like, too, this could be about a child here, but we're going to see what something has the potential to grow into or what something has the potential to become. All right, so what does something have the potential to become here? Okay, ambition. We got pride and hustle. Okay, so I feel like somebody is working solo, so they don't want to partner up. Ooh, it's a lot of pride. Okay. I feel like everybody's prideful. Okay. I'm going to leave all these cards. I feel like, too, if these are people, a Virgo may may feel like they are above the group or above partnering, or a Virgo may feel like they are above possibly an Aquarius. I feel like, too, the Aquarius is also prideful. Like, everybody is proud. That doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. They may just be able to, like, successfully flaunt something, successfully show something off. All right. So what role do you play here, Pisces? That card about to fall out. Okay, your love. So in this case, you are doing something out of love for someone. Okay, what are you doing out of love here, Pisces? Okay, so you've got angel, innovation, transition, and defense. So something ends up being blocked out. Okay, mood. Okay. We talked about Sagittarius controlling their emotions. So a Sagittarius is finding a way to block out some sort of regret or sadness. This could be part of something that you're doing. Yeah, there's like a mindset here. Yeah, and emotions. Okay. So whatever the Sag is doing, they're finding a way to block out like a scenario that is tied to emotions as a trap mindset here. You could have these placements. Jupiter does rule both Sag and Pisces. What other energy should you be in though? Because before I even proceed, y'all know I'm a Sag. So this reading, if you're doing something out of love or you're emotionally attached, if the advice tells you to do something other than that, that may be what that will be. But all right, so what energy should you be in, Pisces? Humor. That's what Sag had. Okay. So if you're doing something out of love and you're like sad this is the energy. If you're mood and emotions, right? If you're doing something that you're sad all the time and you're literally only doing that to make somebody else happy, you need to go do something that you would enjoy. Especially like you need to make yourself, especially if this is like in your own home, make sure that you are comfortable. What would more so bring you joy right now? That's exactly what, yeah, that's what this reading is. Yeah, you got dominance and power again. I don't know if you're dealing with a Sag Leo combination, but let's see. I feel like it's almost like you're making yourself like almost, I hate to say it, but are you depressed or something? Or like you're always, how do I want to explain this in some way that it's not like super, super sad? But I mean, you could be. Because it's like, okay, say you live with somebody, right? And you don't like to be cold. You're like always freezing yourself to death so that somebody else is comfortable. It's like you're doing something like that. Like you never care about whether or not you're happy or you never care about whether or not you're enjoying something. Now, we also pulled ambition. All right. So if you are always focused on work and you never take any days off or you never do anything fun for yourself, this would be a good day for you to do something fun for yourself. It is the weekend. So, like, relax. Even if you don't want to spend any money, relax at home, watch some TV, watch something that you like, watch something funny. Like, do something that you actually enjoy for yourself. All right. So, let's see what you're currently doing in love here. Yeah, Two of Cups. All right, so it's a relationship. I mean, maybe you enjoy it. The Two of Cups looks like a happy relationship, though. So you're dating somebody. All right, so you're dating somebody. You're in a relationship. So let's see what humor is. Let's see. What energy should you be in humor? So I feel like enjoy the relationship if you're dating. Okay, now you have the Seven of Cups. Do you like the person? All right, yeah, you got the Ten of Cups. If you, okay, on the most basic of ways, right? If you're dating somebody, do something fun with them. Do something that you both enjoy. Don't take something so seriously. Maybe that's what you need to hear. So maybe you're dating and it's like you're rushing to like, okay, when are we going to get married? When are we going to do this? I need to be married, blah, 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 blah. Like enjoy the person or like, go do something fun with the person. Go out, watch a funny movie, watch a comedy, do things that you both are interested in. Okay, the way this looks too can also sometimes be like fantasizing. So, what would you want in your love life? But yeah, something looks like you're supposed to be more fun with it. Enjoy the person. There's the Temperance. So I don't know if you're laughing with a Sag, you're dating a Sag, but I feel like something is supposed to be funny. Enjoy something. So if somebody has a Sag placement, that's why it has block, mood, connectivity, and emotion. Something's supposed to be like enjoyable. I feel like you're not supposed. So what are you currently doing in the Two of Cups, really quick? And then we're going to see potential too, because that is the center of it. So what are you currently doing in the Two of Cups? Okay, yeah, potential. Maybe you're okay. So you could be texting. There's something with a Scorpio, Virgo polarity. You got Capricorn and the Five of Swords. Okay, so right now you're dating somebody. You could be texting them. The signs that are out is a Scorpio, Virgo, and Capricorn energy. Let's see what else you're currently doing in the love energy. What else are you currently doing in love here with the Two of Cups? The Two of Cups looks like mutual. Okay, rebellion. Okay, so maybe maybe you're like, yeah, there's intuition. So maybe you're wondering like, oh my God, like, so if it's rebellion, you want to follow like certain rules and regulations, or you want something to be very strict. Yes, this is collective. We're on Pisces right now. So you may be like, I mean, there's a million ways you could read that. We'll see what the rule typically is, but you could be, maybe it's something sexual. Scorpio rules sex. You're like, oh, I'm having sex and we didn't do this, that, and the third, or we didn't follow this rule and regulation, or blah, blah, blah. Or maybe you're dating somebody that you typically aren't supposed to be dating. It's like, I feel like dating is supposed to be fun. That's just me, but that's how Sagittarius be thinking anyway. All right, so what's the rule that you're kind of going against here? Okay, you've got leadership came out again, but you got mystery. So maybe you don't want to keep your relationship a secret. What else do you typically are supposed to hide? Or you're supposed to hide something about yourself? You're holding it back. What else are you supposed to hide here? Yeah, I mean, you got inspiration, rebellion, healing, and respect. I feel like it's like not a real rule. Let's see, what are you supposed to be doing? Maybe you're not supposed to be watching a Sagittarius. Maybe you're not supposed to be with a Scorpio or whoever. But what are you supposed to be hiding here? What are you typically supposed to be doing? Oh, that's interesting. So that did come out in a Sag reading. So maybe too, maybe you're like, oh, I'm supposed to be with my kids, or I feel like something you're doing is okay, or like, or you're like, where's the kids, or maybe like. Maybe you don't want children. Maybe you and the person you're dating don't want any children. All right, what else are you doing? What else? Because yeah, where did this rule come from? Where do you think this is coming from? There's lots of ways you could read this. Thank you for the gift. It's coming from the Seven of Wands. Yeah, something is supposed to stop you from enjoying who you're dating, or stop you. Now, maybe you have children and you feel bad about going on like a new date or something like that with somebody else. That could be trying, like, that idea kind of stops you from moving on. Maybe it's the person that you both have, you have children together and y'all want to go out on a date without the children or something. Like, you feel bad about that or something like that. You feel like you're breaking a rule. But yeah, no, you're supposed to enjoy something. Also, what I will say with the Ten of Cups, like, this is typically a lot of people. So maybe go out around people, go out in public, go enjoy something instead of maybe you're always sitting in the house or something like that. Yeah, you're supposed to be in humor. So that's a good reading, Pisces. Go enjoy something. So yeah. Let me block them because who cares? All right, so let's see. You say you're sick of a Sag. All right, so the next person is Cancer. We're doing Cancer. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all. Okay, so Cancer's up next. That person was getting mad. They were like, I'm not dating anybody. I don't have any kids. She was the main one that needs to go out on a date. That's who I was talking to, her angry self. I don't know what be wrong with people. They be just fussing. All right, Cancers. Y'all do know I don't know every person of every sign, right? Y'all do know it's general. I don't know everybody. She get mad at me. Shit, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Go out on a date. That's what I just told your ass. I told you to have fun. Shit, y'all don't be listening. All right, what's the Cancer reading? Let's see. What's the What's the energy for the Cancers here? All right, so confidence, somebody being able to do something independently here. All right. What role do you play here, Cancers? I'm talking about somebody on TikTok if you're on YouTube. All right, what role do you play here, Cancers? Okay, passion, so it is something that you desire, okay? Something that you really want. You could be taking action. All right, what do you desire here, Cancer? You be attracted to somebody. Self-esteem, emotions, love, and mood. What is that? Okay. That does look very emotional. Oh, am I reading that correctly? All right, we'll clarify it. I feel like too, you want sympathy. You may want sympathy if you feel sad, or you may want somebody to feel sympathy for you while you're like kind of going through something. So let's just see, what other energy should you be in, Cancers? Okay, courage. What do you need the courage to do? Okay, another perspective. All right, so you need to have a different perspective as well. You may have something similar dealing with Leo. Okay, what perspective on what? You need to have an open mind. What are we looking at here? Okay, fluidity. All right, so because you have a lot of emotions coming out, emotional cards, things are ebbs and flows. You're not always going to feel sad. Maybe that's what you need to hear. Like you are not always going to feel sad and depressed. And that's just coming from somebody. I've been sad and depressed. I can't say everybody won't. You just switch up, but I feel like something is ebbs and flows. You will not always be sad or. Okay, let's see. So how do you currently view fluidity, or there's something with ups and downs or ebbs and flows? How do you currently view this? Self-esteem. Oh, maybe you feel like either you may feel like insecure about being like upset. Everybody is viewing something as insecurity today. Everybody is viewing something as if a person is insecure, or maybe you feel like somebody's insecure or offended. Like maybe somebody gets upset. That doesn't mean they're offended or insecure. It's just like they just don't like something. The energy on this kind of gives me like, you know, when people say, oh, I got haters, it's like, no, sometimes people just don't like something. It doesn't mean that somebody's a hater or okay, but let's clarify what else. How else should you view this? This could be within yourself. How else should you view this with an open mind? Okay, voice, versatility, superstition, and spirituality and mystery. All right, so it looks like somebody's telling you a superstition. I feel like too, somebody flat out said something. So it's not like something actually is not a secret. It was already said or already told to you. All right, these cards are kind of odd. So let's see. What is the oh, wait, hold on. One of these cards are backwards. What's the desired outcome here? You said you Cancers are emotional. It's all good. Y'all are. It's all good though. All right. So what is the desired outcome that you kind of want to see here, Cancers? Okay, so you want to see the Emperor. You want to see somebody be more self-assured, more confident. If this is a person, you may want an Aries to do something in particular. I get Aries and Cancer together a lot. All right, you want to see somebody be more... Ooh, that's a lot of... Ooh, that's a lot of cards. I'm going to pull it. Let's see. Okay, so if these are people, first of all, you want an Aries to be more self-assured, right? You got a lot of people in your reading. I feel like, too, you want something to inspire a Sagittarius to do something in particular. You want something to inspire a Sag to have more patience, or you want people to have more patience. I'm also getting to, if this is one person, you want this person to, it's time for them to evolve into being their true selves. That's what you want to see. And I'm saying that because I pulled Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. All right, so I pulled all 3 fire signs. So you want to see somebody evolve into themselves if this is you. or somebody outside of you. It could be you as well. So y'all just pick and choose. Y'all know it's general. Now, if these are people, you want to see some sort of like commitment. You want to see an Aries commit to something and stay committed, stay loyal to it, build it up. You want it to continue building. What will be the outcome of this for you, Cancers? Okay, you would get the, yeah, something has to do with confidence. All right, so the King of Wands. It's definitely a fire sign involved, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or just you. You would feel more confident. Okay. Yeah, there's the independence. I'm also getting to, you want somebody not to focus on something negative or like petty, like arguments or fighting. So maybe somebody's like, they argue a lot, or they rush to like the worst possible scenario a lot. All right, so let's remember there is something that you're viewing as an insecurity. I don't know if it really is, but let's see. So what are we looking at that you view as insecurity here? Oh, yeah, yourself. So you're coming out as yourself. Why? What? Okay, what makes you feel... And I feel like it's the emotional part because that's what I pulled. What about yourself? And would be like you though. You may even feel like, maybe you feel like you make somebody else feel insecure. That could be another thing too. But I feel like you... What about you is triggering you right now? I feel like it's the emotional part or something. Okay, you got defiance. Yeah, there's intuition and humor again. I just told Pisces to laugh, but what do you go against here? You're like, no. All right, you've got change. I feel like, too, there is Scorpio energy. You may want to be more like somebody else or something like that. But I feel like you want a desired outcome to inspire someone else to have more patience. What do you want somebody to be inspired to do here in the Temperance? Okay, you want them to stop doing something or end something. What do you want them to bring to an end? Okay, it could be something with a Gemini or listening to other people. Oh, I see. Okay. That makes it. You may want either this is your own true self, and you're like, I just wish that I wouldn't worry about other people's opinions, or you want this person to stop worrying or overthinking. All right. I cannot speak. I know where that comes from, but we're going to keep. So, yeah, you want somebody to look at something differently. You're like, stop worrying or stop overthinking. I feel like, too, it's about patience. You're like, no, stop worrying and thinking that you won't receive something. You just have to be patient and wait, or have faith in something. You'll actually receive it. Okay, this could be within yourself, too, guys. So y'all can, play that how you see fit. All right, that was Cancer. You said your boyfriend blocked you. What? Okay, don't spam the chat. Hold on, let me get rid of this person. They didn't put the same thing like 50 times. If you spam the chat, I gotta block y'all. Okay. For the comfort of the other viewers. Okay, so that was Cancer. We're doing Aquarius. Aquarius is next. Good morning, y'all. If you are on TikTok, this will be up on YouTube. Shout out to Zimbabwe. Okay. Oh, snap. Shout out to Zimbabwe. All right, let's see. Aquarius. That's why I like YouTube. It'd be all kinds of people. All kinds of countries. Let's see. All right, what is the center of the reading for Aquarius here? What's going on for the Aquariuses? Thank you. Thank you for the rose. Okay, leadership. All right, that is the title of our readings today. Thank you, Rebecca. All right, so who's the leader here? We're talking about leadership. Who is the leader in this scenario? Ooh. Who is the leader in this scenario is guidance. That's odd. Okay, so there's a group of women. There's a group of people that are leading. I feel like, too, the people who are listening or taking advice, maybe that helps them to become successful. So something's like a chain reaction. So it's like, okay, I'm going to teach people how to do this. Now they're all successful at doing that. But I feel like there's a group of women leading here. Okay. What else are these women doing, or these people? I feel like it's women. Okay, so these people, okay, finesse, personality, transition, defense, and humor. So they're trying to be, so first of all, these people they start out trying to be nice or kind or trying to act a certain way. It's like they were code switching. Now they're like, no, I'm not going to code switch anymore. Okay, so somebody's not going to code switch, or there's like that's odd. Is somebody impersonating somebody? Finesse and personality is almost like somebody's copying somebody. We'll see what that is. All right, we're going to clarify it. What is your current energy, Aquarius? All right, so you're in Gemini energy here. All right, so you're partnered up with somebody, or you're in Gemini, or you're listening to somebody else, trying to be open-minded. What energy should you be in, Aquarius? Okay, angel. Interesting. So it's opposite. Okay. So you might be the person in the Cancer reading, they want somebody to stop worrying. Right now, if you need to switch the positions that you're in. You're in the Gemini energy, you need to be an angel, and Sagittarius energy. So the difference between that is, and even though they are polarities, the Gemini is listening. The Sagittarius is the one talking or teaching. I'm also getting to, if you're like still in the same, like maybe you're in the same position that you were in when you grew up, like not same position, but like same neighborhood or something like that. It's time for you to travel, see different places. You also may have Sagittarius placements. Just say like there's an Aquarius that has like a Gemini moon and a Sag rising. It's time for you to do something out in public or be more vocal. If these are people, you're working with a Gemini, it's time for you to work with a Sagittarius, just if these are people. I feel like, too, right now, if you're trying to think out of something, be patient. Have more patience with the process that you're in if you're trying to rethink a scenario. All right. That guidance and leadership part is very interesting, because I feel like you're the listener and you're supposed to be in charge or something like that. You're listening to somebody else. So let's see. What else are you currently doing in sexuality, Aquarius is? If you want to see Leo, I did that already on my YouTube, and it's the same username. So what are you currently doing in sexuality? Oh, okay. The Queen of Swords. All right, so you're being very logical. That's typical. You are an air sign, so you're literally just going off of strictly logic. You don't care what else. If you haven't seen it before, if you haven't experienced before, you don't believe in it, you're not doing it. You're being very like real strict and straightforward. Now, you could also, like I said, be dealing with a Gemini. All right. So I feel like you're being very strict here. All right, so let's see. Yes, we know Prada Cats. You don't have to tell. She said, she said, as an Aquarius, I don't listen to nobody but me. We know. Trust me, I have a lot of experience with Aquariuses. All right, so hopefully none of them heard me say that. They're going to be mad I said that. All right, what energy should you be in an angel, Aquarius? Let's see, what energy should you be in an angel? Yep, the High Priestess. I'm a Sagittarius, just to let you know. So before we finish this reading, don't be fussing with me. All right, listen to the reading, damn it. Okay? That's your advice out the gate. I'm the Sag. I'm about to tell you. Okay? Listen. Don't stop debating. Stop debating. Calm down. But anywho, back to what I was saying. The Queen of Swords is also, like I said, doing something very logical. All right. Intuition is not always logical. Intuition is things that we cannot see, touch, taste, or feel. It's like just a knowing. Or like it's something that you may not have ever experienced before. All right. So you could be being very, I feel like to just kind of calm down a little bit. Sag rules spirituality, like spiritual energy. You may need to meditate before making a decision. All right, this is not, I would wait to make a decision today. All right, sit down and think about it first. Sit down and think about it, calm down, meditate on it. All right, let's see what else we got. So, the center of your reading is leader and guidance. All right, so in this case, who is the leader in your scenario is coming out as guidance. So let's clarify. Let's see. All right, this is the leader. Again, you see what she's doing. She's telling you. Now, this person probably, if they are guidance, that means to me what's interesting is these angels up here, right? So she's giving information probably from something she has already experienced, learned, things like that. So somebody, if this is somebody outside of you, if it is actually a Sagittarius, they're giving you advice or they're saying something from what they have learned, experienced, or heard from someone else. They're not just pulling it out of thin air. All right, I feel like somebody is there. It's a major deal what they're saying. All right, so let's see. What are they being guided to do here? I'm also getting to, they're going to realize that they should not have been listening to other people. All right, they're going to guide you off of maybe, you know, another. When I say listen to other people, it's like they've gotten the information and now they can incorporate it. And now they're not supposed to be following anymore, right? So if you're like, say it's like the supervisor at work, they're supposed to be delegating the task. They're not supposed to be asking the staff members like, hey, what are you good at doing? Like, they're not supposed to be doing that. They're in a position now where they've already been the staff member and they know how to delegate those roles. All right, so that's what's going on. All right, so let's see. Hi, Zaza. They're not going to bless, this person is not going to bless you. They don't have it. Let's block them. Don't get scammed on TikTok, y'all. It's all the scammers. All right, so let's see. What is this person leading here? So you got the Six of Cups, Five of Swords, a new perspective, and justice. There might be a new perspective on Libra energy. We're going to see. Now, we talked about Sag needing to plan for a Libra. So if you're dealing with a Sagittarius, they now know that it looks like a Libra was doing something. They may have made something difficult. They made something difficult or something like that. Okay. I see what this is, a chain reaction, and I can see it. Okay, here, because here's the worries. These are all tied together. There's a reason that you worry, Aquarius. There's a reason that you're being very strict, or like there's a reason you have this perspective and you are inherently passing that on to somebody around you. You got that from someone else. So something is a chain reaction. I feel like too, there is a narrative. Somebody is letting you know that you might be having sympathy for somebody who is going against you. Like, this is the energy of having sympathy for somebody or being kind to somebody where, like, they're actually being hateful or rude or spiteful. Let's see. What else would you know in your intuition? Let's see. What else? What other energy would you be doing if you're following your intuition? Okay, resisting. What do you need to resist here? So slow down, calm down. What else do you need to resist here? Okay, you've got potential and personality. You're taking, literally, you are looking at something, you're taking it at face value. You're looking at something too logically. What if you read between the lines, what is somebody acting like? What is someone acting like, or what does something seem like? Why does that keep coming out? Self-esteem. It's like something seems like something is insecure. That keeps coming out. I'm going to make a note of that in the thing. Everybody's perceiving something as insecurity, or everybody's perceiving something as offensiveness. Literally everyone. I pulled that for like the last 3 signs. Maybe somebody's acting humble, or okay, so how does somebody really feel? We're going to figure out what the self-esteem part is. How does somebody really feel, or how are they really? It's a Libra. It's a Libra. Okay, so first of all, this is a couple of ways this could go. If you're dealing with a Libra, that person is not insecure, they're not offended. They're just pretending for some reason, or they're pretending to be humble. If this is not a Libra, this person is very skilled. They just pretend like they don't know something, or they pretend like they're not intelligent. So why do you view somebody as insecure? Or this is just how somebody is. Why do you view somebody like that? What are they doing? Or truth, angel, emotions. There you go with Aquarius, with inspiration. If a Sag tells you today about somebody's personality, listen to what they're saying. Or if somebody's like, yeah, that's not really what it is, or that's not really how it's going, you need to pay attention to that, because I'm trying to figure out, like, why do you view something as insecurity, or why do you think somebody is offended? This could be because you experienced this, because when we talk about Gemini, right, like I said, this is just your perspective. So you're coming out as a queen. This is something that you have already experienced. You've been through it. So you might be like typecasting somebody, or pigeonholing somebody, or like putting something in a box. And everything like that is not the same. So what makes you think there is an offensiveness or an insecurity? What is somebody doing, or what is the situation looking like? What? So because either somebody is quiet, or they're not worried about something, they're not paying attention to something, you view that as offensiveness? That's okay. That's kind of confusing to me. I feel like too, the high priestess may, because if you're coming out as a queen of swords and you need to be the 4 of swords, it may be time for you to like be quiet about something. It may not be the time to speak on something or say something out loud, because you don't have all the facts. I mean, there's a lot of ways you could look at this. Like, it's a lot of ways you could look at it. What else is going on? What is the 4 of swords really quick? Because I don't even understand why that love. Yeah, there's intuition again. Intuition, strength, healing, and rebellion. It's like, I don't really, what do you feel like somebody's doing out of love here? It's like you're automatically associating something with an insecurity. All right, well, we're going to... Okay, the 6 of swords. So literally, we got leadership and guidance. So if somebody is leading people, the 6 of swords, you got the Empress potential. Yeah, it's like you're looking at something, you're like, no, that's not what it is. No, or you're insecure. No, you can't do that. That is an odd combination. That's an odd combination. What is the outcome for you, Aquarius? All right, so try to just calm down and meditate a little bit. I would even have faith in something, because if we're talking about potential, we're talking about something growing, and you're cutting it off logically. Like logically, okay, yeah, you've never seen somebody do blah, blah, blah. So you just assume that it won't work. So you're going to cut it off. That's just your perspective. That's just what you've experienced. Like if I never met anybody that, I don't know, I've never met a Harvard graduate. So I'm going to tell my child, oh, you can't go to Harvard. Like, damn, you already cut it off before they didn't even do the application yet. They didn't even try or something like that. So it's something like that. That's just an example. All right, what's the outcome here for you, Aquarius? And then we're going to do Scorpio next. Courage and luck. Yeah, that was Sagittarius. Courage, luck, attitude, and humor. Sagittarius did come out as luck. So they are lucky. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you just don't think something is lucky. If you have a Sag placement, you need to watch the Sagittarius reading. That probably applies to you. That energy probably applies to you. All right. Scorpio is next. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. I know I got some trolls and stuff. All right, let's see. No. Don't get in touch with me off site. Wait, hold on. Insight, please do not get in touch with me after this reading. I don't date people off the internet. It's not going to happen. Y'all want to know a story about that? The reason I do not date people off the internet, the last time that I was going to do that, a man literally cussed me out from 5 different phone numbers because I did not let him come pick me up from my house. And I wanted to meet him and drive myself to the date. He was going to kill my ass. I would never date any man off the internet. Do not message me. It applies to every man. I'm not doing it. I'm not dating any man on the internet, okay? Ever. None of you. I don't care how fine you are. It's not going to happen. All right. Not going to happen. Ever. It's not what I do. It's not my thing. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio is next. I meet people organically. Don't try to bump into me. Don't do nothing crazy. It's not going to happen. All right, Scorpios. Let's see. You said, why do we attract the crazies? Unfortunately, every woman attracts the crazies because men are crazy. So, no, I'm just playing. You said that you Taurus yet? No, not yet. Oh, you're the first Taurus, so that might be the last sign. So that'll be a while. We got Scorpio, Capricorn, Virgo, Libra, Aries, and Taurus. All right, so let's see. Yes, it is wild. It is wild. Now the men, you know, I don't care about compliments. That's cool. You can compliment me all day, but I'm not going to date nobody off the internet. It's not happening. All right, so let's see. If you want to come back, also, this is up on YouTube. So if you happen to miss it, it'll be up there timestamped. It's the same username. All right, what's the center of your reading, Scorpios? What's the center of your reading, Scorpios? Let's see. All right, vision. All right, so this can be envisioning something, but I feel like we are observing something. We can see it clearly. What are we observing here? So the difference too with vision and attitude to me is like you're actually seeing something for what it is versus having your own opinion on something. But what are we observing? Oh, intuition. Okay, so now that was Aquarius's advice. You may be dealing with an Aquarius. All right, but we can see that somebody is intuitive, or we can see that somebody is correct. Now, even if it has nothing to do with like, because I like to also equate instincts to something that's a natural gift. That's just how I look at it, because everybody that's watching does not do tarot cards, or everybody that's watching may not have vivid prophetic dreams and things like that. But you are going to see that somebody is intuitive, or somebody has a natural gift. We can see it. Somebody may be clairvoyant, clairaudient, like they literally have the gift of seeing things. All right, so but you can see that somebody is intuitive. What is this person's intuition telling them? Okay, sexuality, hustle. Let me get one more, and luck. All right, we talked about Sag being luck. We know that. We know that they're supposed to be in a luck position. All right, we got love and power. Who came out as power? Leo did. All right, so I feel like a Sag is doing something, could have been doing something out of love for a Leo, but we're going to see what this is. I'm getting like Gemini, Capricorn, Sag energy, but we're going to clarify. So what is your current energy here, Scorpios? What's your position? Okay, so you're healing. So maybe somebody gave you in like advice. They're like, hey, you know, you shouldn't do that. Like they knew intuitively what to do, or they told you what to do. Maybe they gave you a good, you know, and I feel like you're taking that solution, but we're going to see what the healing part is. Hold on, y'all. Y'all know I got to fix the air. Hold on one second. Hold on. All right, I gotta fix that setting. I don't know why the hell. I don't know why the hell that joke worked. All right, so healing. All right, so what was the issue here for you, Scorpios? What was the issue at hand here? Okay, resilience. Something was really difficult. This could also be like when I think of this card, it could be like weight loss. It could be some issue in your body, something like a lot of, it could also be emotional baggage. All right, what are you healing this into? Oh, wait, fight. Okay. All right. So if something's going backwards, fight, superstition, and fight. Hold on now. Hold on, calm down. Calm down, Scorpios. You're fighting for something or you're okay. What energy should you be in here? Let's see. What's the most important energy for you to be in? So you got angel too. So you and Aquarius need to do the same things. You and Aquarius both need to either listen to a Sagittarius, calm down, meditate. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, that's the Hip Hop Oracle deck. Those are also in my store if you want some. All right, let's see. Oh, I won't be using them anymore, though, when my deck comes. All right, so we got the Eight of Swords just came out. Let's see, because the center of the reading is intuition. Let's get 4 cards for that part first. What is intuition showing us, or what does somebody intuitively know? It's like let me slow down. Because it's like you're watching somebody do. So what are you watching? Let's focus that on you, because it's like you're seeing this happen. So what are you looking at here? Oh, hold on. It had the strength card. We're going to redo that. That was too many. All right, let's see. All right, so what are you looking at here? Yes, the Sagittarius. They came out as the 9 of Cups somewhere else. Whose reading was that? And Leo's reading. So Sagittarius came out as a 9 of Cups in a Leo's reading. You're watching them. They're happy. Okay. All right. So what did they intuitively know? There's the High Priestess. There it is. So somebody made, thank you, I appreciate that, on TikTok. So somebody made the right decision and now they're happy or they're laughing. Okay. You're watching somebody, maybe you're going to be out with them or something. What did they intuitively know to do here? Damn. The high priestess again. Their intuition. That's what you're going to see. That's pretty simple. That's very simple. Yeah. Got the Queen of Wands, Seven of Wands. There's a Chariot. All right, so something with a Cancer. They did come on there reading. Let's see. What did this person know to do? They made a right decision when it came to a Cancer or something. Leadership. That's the theme of the reading. So somebody could have led a Cancer. Wow. Resistance and passion. Cancer came out as passion. So this person's like, no, Cancer. Don't do that. Don't do that, Cancer. It's something like that. I feel like too, they just knew to resist something and they ended up being on like a smoother path. They were able to move something forward. Wow. That's specific. What Scorpio is watching me that I know? It's like, no, let me see. All right, so what was the scenario here? Let's see. What are you, because you're healing right now. So what is your energy in healing? It's going back to like a fight though. Exactly. So you're the magician, right? So if something didn't work out the first time, you're trying to fix it again. Okay. Something didn't work out the first time, so you're trying to fix it again. Watch out, Sagittarius, if you're dealing, or Cancer. Watch out. All right, so let's see. What's the problem? So you are making something happen. You're trying to fix it, but what's the issue here? Okay. Oh, the Ten of Pentacles. This is the problem. It's a bunch of people. This could be people that you work with. It's like co-workers or your family. It's a bunch of people. What is your energy with the Ten of Pentacles? What's the result of that for you? Because that's an issue. It's like a whole bunch of people there, or it's too many people, or what's your energy in the Ten of Pentacles? Because obviously it does not look like it works for you. Okay, it's what you're doing for work, or you're working for a business. Maybe you're not getting credit. So you may not be getting, oh, wow. So somebody may be offended at the fact that you do work really well. It's something that you're doing at work that you're building it up, or somebody doesn't like it, or you're not getting credit for what you're working on. Or you yourself are like, you're upset about like the result of what you're working on here. Okay, what are you going to turn this into? It looks, I'm not going to lie, it looks a little dramatic. It got fight, superstition, and fight. But what are you going to turn this into here? You're going to turn the Ten of Pentacles into the Ten of Cups. And then the Five of Pentacles. You're trying to change the significance of these people. The roles that these people play, you want to change that. I feel like, too, you're like, okay, like these people don't care. I'm going to make you care. You don't care about my work. I'm going to make you, like you're able to make somebody emotional or something like that. Or I'm going to make you care. I'm going to make you pay attention. What role do you play in the Ten of Cups, Scorpio? I feel like you want somebody to pay attention to you. They never noticed something that you were doing either. So the role you end up playing is the Two of Cups. Maybe you're in love with the Pisces. So in the outcome, you would be in love, or you would have love here. So that could be in the that could be you in the Pisces reading. They had the Two of Cups. you end up being able to date somebody. Okay, so who do you get to partner up with for yourself? I feel like too, the way that the dynamic is, right? If there's a group of people, for some reason, the person that you were with or the person that you wanted to date, they're like angry at you for working, like they're angry at you about what you have to do for work or maybe how many hours you're working or something like that. But it definitely has something to do with like family or coworkers. Now you get to remove all the people and you two kind of get to like be together. You get to remove all the people or something like that. Okay, so who do you get to partner up with here, Scorpios? Also, if it's not that, you just get peace of mind in the workplace or you get peace of mind at like a job or something like that. So who do you get to partner up with? Maybe a Leo. We're going to see here. I feel like too, something looks like a new perspective of pride here. Let's see. So what will be the outcome for you in the Two of Cups? Looks like you get to partner with somebody. Okay, truth about what? About what somebody... Okay, first, somebody's telling the truth. Okay, who's telling the truth? I guess the person with intuition, I don't know if they told you something. Oh, okay, spirituality. Yeah, it's whoever gave you a spiritual reading. They're telling you the truth. I wish I could explain what they told you or what advice they gave you. Whatever they said, you're going to see that. Interesting. Maybe you thought somebody was lying to you. Okay, that's your reading. I'm going to leave it there. What's the outcome for you, Scorpios? Thought somebody was lying to you or something like that? We got self-esteem, confidence, mystery. What's going to be your energy and the outcome here? I feel like you are going to get somebody to pay attention to you or... Okay, you got Three of Wands, Two of Swords, and then the Hermit. There could be an energy with a Virgo. There's Pisces. All right. Pisces had the Ten of Cups in it in their reading. So we're going to see what that is for the Scorpios. Interesting. All right. I don't know who that is for you, but they were right. Okay. All right, Capricorns. It may be Scorpio. You might watch somebody else's reading. Let's see. Okay. Capricorns. And then we got Virgo, Libra, Aries, and Taurus. All right. All right. What is the center of the reading for? Oh, timestamp. All right. What's the center of the reading for the Capricorns? Center of the reading for the Capricorns. All right. A Leo. It's a Leo. All right. What I get Capricorn and Leo together a lot. Okay. What about this Leo? Okay, hustle and healing. All right, so something with it looks like a Leo is giving money to a Scorpio. Something's a chain reaction here. It looks like a Leo is giving money to a Scorpio to help a Sagittarius. Or a Leo has to give money to a Sagittarius or something like that. I'm going to leave. Okay, so we're going to leave that there. Leo and hustle. All right, so this looks like it's going to compare to the Scorpio reading. All right, what role do you play here, Capricorns? Okay, dominance. What are you controlling? You're dominating. Okay, you're dominating a trap mindset about working, okay? Looks like there has something to do with a Virgo and a Cancer. All right, Virgo and a Cancer. Or about working. You're controlling this mindset, okay? What other energy should you be in here, Capricorns? Defiance. Okay. So, all right. So if there's something going on, you should not listen to whatever this rule regulation is. You need to go against some sort of rules. All right. What is the rule or regulation? Interesting. Potential. Something does not have potential. Something does not have potential to grow. I feel like, too, if you're being told to be careful what kind of offer you take, it just depends. Like, don't take that offer. I feel like these are like written rules and regulations. Yeah, potential, order, innovation, and guidance. If you are literally there, you do not need to listen to this. I don't know who this is or what this is, or do not live. We're going to clarify. What are you supposed to do instead? Something is supposed to literally make you listen. Follow your intuition. Wow. So do not look at something off face value. Do not take something at face value. It is literally created to make you listen. Damn. Instinct again. All right. What else is your intuition telling you? Do not doubt yourselves, Capricorn. You know what to do. Okay. You know what to do. All right. Let's see. Look shady. I didn't mess up my decks, did I? Did I put... Uh-oh. Oh, shit. I got two decks next to each other, and I mixed them up. All right, we just got extra cards in this deck. It's okay. I'll go through them later. At least it has all the cards. It's got some extras. Yes, do not look at something at face value. Okay, so let's see what the rule is here really quick. The Tower. Okay, hold on. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, and then the Tower fell out. What's the rule, or what are you supposed to be looking at or paying attention to? The Ten of Pentacles. I'm going to figure out what that means, y'all. I feel like that's what, first of all, for me, is telling me to look at that card differently. But, so the Leo is with a group of people, or a Leo is, they're financially funded. Okay, there they go. I feel like it's a Leo in charge, or a Leo is they're in a group here. They could be working with a company. Oh, yeah, it's a lot of Leo energy. Okay, Three of Pentacles, Page of Wands, the Strength card. I think they came out as power. The Ace of Swords and the Six of Wands. So this is definitely about somebody saying something confidently in front of a group of people. All right. And they got the Ten of Cups. So somebody, this is the thing. You see somebody saying something out loud to an entire group of people to get people to support. All right. What are you going to do instead? What is your intuition telling you to do? Okay, the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Wands. That self-esteem keeps coming out, and then the Lovers. So if there's an individual if there's a Leo that wants you to do something, I wouldn't follow after that, or I would not listen to that. All right, so you got the Gemini, and then you got the Emperor and the Seven of Swords. Okay. So something does not seem right. Something's going to seem off to you. What would be the result of you listening to this Leo? Somebody just saying, I feel like too, it looks like somebody just saying something because people are around, or something's odd about that. Okay, what would be the result of the Leo energy? Okay, the Two of Swords. What is the result of you following your own intuition? Okay, you'll be able to take further action. The Knight of Wands. All right. You got the Hermit, the Judgment, and then the Page of Cups. There could be something dealing with a Virgo instead. That's odd. I mean, I know that it's right. I know that it's correct. All right, so I do see you receiving something from a Leo. Okay, just all right. We'll see what that is. Let's clarify. What else? What would be the result of you listening to this or following after something? Yeah, you would think about, you would be too logical. Something is not supposed to be logical. I know that sounds crazy, but intuition is not always logical. Or if this is a person, you would be listening to a Gemini. I feel like that a Gemini could be lying about their, like, the way that they are or how they act. Somebody lying about also their personality. In that Scorpio reading, this came out and it was right. So it does make sense. It makes sense. What else is your intuition telling you here to do? What's the outcome of you following your intuition, I should say, for yourself? Yeah, angels, spirituality, again, and truth. All right. I feel like too, Capricorns, you may feel different because you have a spiritual gift or a spiritual belief system. Somebody may have told you. I'm also getting too, there's something about fame. If there's not a Leo involved, there's something about fame, popularity. I feel like too, that's the energy of wanting to be included or wanting attention. That's an interesting reading. All right, I'm kind of skeptical about that. All right, Virgos. Yeah, follow your intuition. Do not look at something at face value and do not just like take somebody's word for it. Look, it could be a money grab, a scheme or something like that. I don't know. Okay. All right, Virgo. Virgo is next. I wish I could go through these cards because now the deck is too big. And I don't want to take out the wrong cards. I can kind of see which ones are different, but it's all right. Gotta do it. All right, Virgos. All right, what is the center? Is necklace all crooked? Shirt all crooked? All right, what is the situation for the Virgos? What's the center of the reading for the Virgos? Oh, what is the center of the reading for the Virgos? All right, peace, calmness, not worrying. What role do you play here, Virgos? All right, innovation. All right, so you are, if you're working on something, you may have to edit it or change it, but you are creating something. What are you able to create here, Virgos? You got love, spirituality, and self-love. Let me get one more, and then confidence. Okay, so this is within yourself. You're finding a way to just be more confident. You're finding a way for somebody to accept you for who you are or what you believe in. All right, that's kind of what I'm getting, but we'll clarify. Or you're just getting somebody to love you or make you fall in love with you or do something out of love for you. All right, what other energy should you be in here, Virgos? Okay, you need to be focused. Okay, what should you focus on? If you're actually creating something, there is something that you're missing. You just don't notice, like a detail. So be a little more detail oriented. But what should you focus on here, Virgos? Guidance, angel, inspiration, superstition, versatility. Looks like there's something that a Sag and an Aquarius might be warning you of. All right, who is this? Virgo. So what are you currently doing in innovation, Virgos? All right, so you're the Two of Swords. You're literally like ignoring something. You're not paying attention to it. And what result are you getting from that? You're not paying attention. That is what you want to do. So the result is the Eight of Swords. You really want to see something just one way. Also, like I said, if you are literally creating something, working on a project or something like that, you're missing something. All right, so you are missing a detail. Yeah, there's a Page of Swords, a Tower, King of Pentacles, a Tower, and the Sun. So you're going to see something after the fact. You're going to see the detail that you are missing afterwards. All right, so you're not expecting to get more information. I feel like, too, you may feel like you already know something, Virgo, and there's nothing else to learn. All right, so what should you notice or focus on here? If you're dealing with a Leo, the reading that I did about Leo, or how that Leo came out in that in that Capricorn reading, you need to pay attention to like some like Leo's personality, or like a Leo and an Aries. That is very specific here. You need to pay attention to somebody's personality. You're not focused on something. What is the Temperance, really quick, trying to tell you? What is Angel trying to show you? A different perspective, yeah. Because right now you're kind of closed-minded on something. What do you have a perspective on? You have love, spirituality, and self-love. Oh, you know what? I ain't gonna call. She was watching yesterday. All right, anyway, I'll continue. What is your closed-minded perspective? What do you mind us? Let me slow down. Shit. You're purposely ignoring something because you want to view something one way. So that's like you're taking something and you're kind of warping it, or you're making it into something. So what are you looking at? It looks like it has something to do with love. You're looking at pride. Okay, what are you trying to... That could be why Leo is coming out. What are you turning this into, or how do you view this? Yeah, you've got vision. So okay, power. I think Leo did come out as that today. So you just view something as like somebody's being strict or mean, or maybe they're yelling at you, or it's the way that somebody is saying it. Yeah, we got power, hustle, and luck. It looks like it's like a Sag does not... I'm sorry. It looks like a Leo doesn't want to give something to a Sag, or you see a Leo... You see a Leo with a Sagittarius, and it has something to do with money, but it has something to do with money here. If you were to expand your horizons, what would you be paying attention to, or what would you notice? Okay, that Leo again, there's intuition. So somebody's actually following their intuition. Something is switched. It's switched. And that bothers somebody. The order of that bothers someone. I'm going to show you. So it's like it's backwards. You don't see intuition as a part of something. You don't see intuition as a factor. How do you view a scenario? Who is this? Virgo? All right, let's see. You view a scenario as a 10 of Wands, okay. And then the 2 of Pentacles, like too much to handle. Something is difficult. If you look behind the scenes, what would you see? Or if you were using, or if you opened up your mindset, what would you be seeing? It's like you don't see something. Okay, the Chariot, a Cancer. So a Cancer looks like they are romancing you. What? is hard to explain because I can see the different people. So we saw the intuition. We saw that the intuitive was coming out in the Scorpio reading and they were happy. Here they are right here. They were happy about something. Maybe the Scorpio is, I don't know if a Scorpio wants to be around a Sagittarius or I don't know, but you don't, okay, so what don't you see about what this Cancer is doing? Or it's like you can't see something behind the scenes. What is the Chariot? Okay, change. You don't see how a Cancer changed something. Or you don't see that something shifted. What was the scenario before? Resilience. Okay, yeah. So this is how you view something as like it's still difficult or it's hard or there's a struggle. Okay. And what does that change into? Or like there's like emotional baggage. It changes into respect and angel and peace. Okay. So something's not difficult anymore or there's no baggage. What else was supposed to be difficult here? Yeah, the moon. This is an interesting reading because I feel like it just has something to do with you not... all it boils down to is you purposely wanting to ignore something. That's all it boils down to. It doesn't boil down to anything else. Maybe you don't see other solutions for something. So maybe you're like, oh, this is so difficult. Or what does it turn into here? Because that's the center of your reading is peace. And there's like no more issues or something. Yeah, we saw Sag is going to be the Four of Pentacles. They're going to withhold something. We know that. Okay, here's a Capricorn to the Devil card. Yeah, there you go, Virgo. There's a lot of people in your reading. So if we're talking about people here, the signs that are coming out is a Leo, a Cancer, a Capricorn. Those are the significant signs. You're watching over this Capricorn or you're watching over this energy and it's like you still don't see something. Let's just clarify. What do you need to see about a Capricorn? Defense. They're blocking something. You may have a Capricorn placement too. You may have a Capricorn rising, Capricorn moon. But if you're dealing with a Capricorn, they are blocking something. I'm going to say this because she was putting it in the chat. I don't know if she's going to come back and watch. But there was a Virgo yesterday saying that a Capricorn was her twin flame. This is like word for word, bar for bar, what I told her yesterday. But we'll see what else. What is this? What is this energy blocking out? Distractions or a fight. Yeah, intuition. I feel like, too, that Sag knows that they have to plan for a Libra. I have no idea how these are connected at all. But what is the Capricorn blocking out? They're blocking out distractions. Yeah, they're very confident. You got Three of Swords and then the Empress. So it looks like they want to do something, yeah, like independently. There's a Four of Cups. All right, now the readings are a little odd, but okay, we're going to leave that there. There could be a, with Capricorn energy, there could be like some sort of like, because Saturn is, the Devil card, sorry, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So there can be some sort of restrictions that you're not seeing. Like some sort of boundaries that you're not seeing. Because remember, you are innovation. So if you're trying to build something and make it work and you're missing something, there's like a detail that you're missing or there is a restriction that you're missing. Interesting. All right, Libra. We got Libra, Aries, and Taurus left. All right, so Libra came out in Sag energy. If you guys have like a Sag placement, you'll want to watch that reading. All right, they have to plan basically for you or something. Or all right, so what's the center of the reading for Libras? What's the center of the reading for you, Libras? Hustle. Why did I gotta figure out what this is? It's coming out a lot. So I feel like there's a group of people, either networking or at work, or this could be a business. All right, so there's a group of people working at a business or working at a company. All right, what role do you play here, Libra? Okay, power. So in the same position as a Leo. So you're yelling or you're forcefully saying something. You're going to stand up, it looks like, in front of these people. All right, so you're speaking your mind. All right. What other energy should you be in, Libras? You should be in hustle. Okay, so what I would get from that is consider, like, before you say something, consider the company that you work for. It just depends on what you got to do for work. So before you say something too much, consider, like, you know, your company or how your company will look, or it's like considering brand deals, or consider how something looks first. What are you saying in power, or what are you talking about when it comes to power here? Okay, your perspective. So you're saying your own perspective. So just remember, I guess there's other people that don't fit that norm. So your perspective on what here? Okay, guidance. If you're giving, now be careful. Maybe this is about women. Now in astrology, women and money are both ruled by Venus. You are too, Libra. So if you're saying something out loud or something like that at a company, or be careful about what you're saying about women. I'm also getting too, it's almost like you're saying something about the people that are listening. You know what's odd too is like when somebody will have a business and they'll like they'll talk down to like people with a 9 to 5 or something like that. It's like, but those are the people that support your business, or that's where you get the money from, or so just be mindful of that. So what is your perspective on maybe these women or whoever they're listening to? What is your perspective on them? You feel like they are mood. They're either sad or they're not listening. You feel like people aren't listening to something. You're like, why aren't you listening? If you were to expand your mind or open up your mind, how would you view this energy? You look at something like it's a regret or sadness, or they're just not listening. Okay. So this energy is vision. So somebody's not ignoring anything. They can clearly see something. So what do they see? Somebody's not ignoring anything. Like, you're like, why aren't you understanding, or why aren't you listening to me, or something like that? But they can see something else. So what do they see here? That there's a tribe mindset. Yeah, you're just saying your own perspective. They can tell. Somebody basically can tell you have a trap mindset in what you are saying. So before you're saying something, just keep that in mind. They know that you can only see something one way. All right, so what are you doing in power here, Libras? So like if this is an argument, it's gonna be like, well, that's only because that's how you experienced it, or like something may not make sense to people, or it may not resonate. If you are doing something when it comes to like a side hustle, or even if this is at work and you're like in a meeting, it's like people don't agree with you right now. I don't know if they disagree, but they just feel like you kind of only see it one way. So let's see, what are you doing in power really quick? Okay, yeah, the Knight of Wands. You could be rushing into something, but you're really sure about it. Like, this is like, yeah, there's the Three of Cups right there. It's on the bottom. I feel like you are saying this because of women, or because of a group of women. Okay. Or it's a certain action that you're taking. You're kind of doing whatever you want here. Okay, what is it? Okay, the root of this is your perspective on what? Because guidance can be the Three of Cups, but it could be, you know, other energy too. And we're going to see how you view it. Yeah, it's like, this is what it is. It's almost like you feel like people view something one way, but you also just view something one way. It's like everybody needs to be more open-minded. And what are you saying about these people? Or what do you, it's like, how do you view these people or this energy? The Four of Wands. I guess it's women. It's like it's women or something. You're like, you're not listening to me, or I feel like too, maybe you only view something as sexual. It just depends on what that is. I didn't really pull that, but so what is the truth about like these people? Because they can actually see something. They're observant. Yeah, the Hierophant. It could be a Taurus involved. It's like something is very visible. It's right there. What is hustle? What energy should you be in with hustle? Okay, yeah, the Page of Pentacles. I'm getting considering money, or maybe you don't want to pay for something. It's like you should, or you need to like actually give money here. Like this is what you're doing and this is what you need to do. So I would slow down. I would look at something in a tangible manner. I would get more details on something. Because what is the outcome of power for you, Libras? Maybe you don't want to have to pay for something literally with hustle. So the outcome for you is a Three of Pentacles. It's like, no, here's more information, Libra. Like, look into this first. This is what's going to happen. Something may be legal. Like, you have to actually put money into something. You have to actually maybe give paperwork, documents, things like that. Or whatever scenario this is, you have to actually pay for something. What is the outcome if you just kind of do hustle with the Page of Pentacles here? And kind of consider, I feel like you need to consider other people's opinions or consider other people in the group. All right, so the outcome is the Hermit. You won't need to redo anything. The outcome as a person can be a Virgo. You'll be dealing with a Virgo, but I feel like you won't have to do anything. Why is there like two Virgos watching? I do have two cards here. I got some of the double deck. I got fixed the deck, but I wouldn't speak too soon on something. All right, don't speak too soon. Look into something first before you speak on it. All right, Aries is next. And we got Taurus, and then we will be done today. I do need to do some love readings for the members. I don't know when I will do that. I might do that either tonight or tomorrow, but we'll figure it out. All right, Aries. Let's see. What is the center of the reading for my Aries here? Center of the reading for the Aries. All right, rebellion. What role do you play here, Aries? Okay, order. So you're planning something. You're organizing something. What energy do you need to be in while doing this? You're trying to plan or organize. Okay, knowledge. There's some information that you got to pay attention to, but I feel like the information is available or you've already experienced this. So what do you have knowledge about here? I'm also getting go with what you already know. All right, you got determination, resilience, and change. All right, so something was difficult. What is these mindsets? Okay, we're going to figure this out. All right, but you got knowledge here, so look into all the information that you need. Okay, don't go into something without getting the info. All right, so what are you doing in order? All right, the Lovers, you could be working with a Gemini, or you are literally, if you're planning something, you're already researching it, you're reading it. All right, you're reading something. All right, so what information do you, or what knowledge do you need to tap into first? could be planning something with a Gemini as well. Okay, there's the Eight of Wands, the Five of Swords, and then the Fool. You do know. Okay, so there's going to be a situation too where maybe this is just an example. One time I was trying to do something and then the business was trying to get me to like pay extra to use like their expert. And I was like, no, I can do it. I already did it. So it could be something like that. Like make sure you have like the information. You're not wrong. Somebody's going to try to make it seem like you don't know something. Where they're going to make it seem like you don't know how to do. Yeah, we got the Ten of Wands. I saw resilience. All right, you've got the Chariot. There could be something dealing with a Cancer, and then there's working the Ten of Cups, and then the Empress. Somebody may try to say you don't know how to do something because you're a woman or a mother, or there's mother and children. I feel like, too, something was difficult at first, and it starts to become easy, and it's steady, and it's consistent. All right, so you already know how to make that work. Let's see, if you don't have children, it's like somebody's trying to say you don't know how to create something, or you don't feel like you know the path forward to something. What else do you know how to do? You already have that information. Okay, so, oh, yeah, there's going to be a mindset about self-esteem. You're going to feel like you don't know how to do something when you're researching. What's the root of that? What makes you feel like you don't know? There's going to be a scenario where a Sagittarius told someone to do something and they did not listen or something like that. But I don't think that applies here. I don't see Sag energy coming out. So what's luck in this case? It's like somebody did not listen out of pride or ego or something like that. I don't know what that has to do with your reading. Yeah, Sag is keeping something to themselves. That's what they're supposed to do. They're like, yeah, I'm not going to teach that anymore. I'm not going to show that anymore. You know, something like that. Not sure what that has to do with you. But you do have the information. The information is readily available. If you're comparing yourself to like what you're doing to somebody else that has already built it up, they had to learn those things too. They had to get that information too. All right, that's pretty simple. I'm not going to go down too much of the rabbit hole on that. You know, the last few signs, you got to come early to get the long reading. But I feel like that's pretty straight to the point anyway. Because the point is that you feel like you don't know something, but you do have the information. All right, Taurus. Or you'll be able to find it. Okay, Tauruses. Let's see. What is the center of the reading for the Tauruses? What's the center of the reading for the Tauruses here? All right, love. All right, so Pisces had love too. What other role are you playing here, Tauruses? Oh, your self-esteem. That's interesting. What's wrong? Okay. What might trigger you right now, Taurus? Or you feel offended or you're mad? Okay, emotions. You got emotions, ambitions, self-esteem, luck again, love. Okay, let's try. Maybe you don't like to be in love. Maybe you're like, I'm doing something out of love for you and you're not returning the favor or something like that. Or what else is what's making you emotional? Or you don't want to be emotionally attached. Some of you, it's a Gemini. I talked about, if you know an Aries, that Aries is getting information from a Gemini, and that Aries is going to remember something, or they're going to know that they know how to do something here. And this is Taurus. Oh, you know what? Gemini is not on the list. Gemini is not on the list. You said, why is it so accurate? Is what I do, y'all. Is it any Geminis in here? I don't know. We'll see. I completely forgot. All right, let's see. So what are you doing in self-esteem, Taurus? Okay, the Chariot. You're moving forward with something. I see the emotions. There could be something dealing with a Cancer involved here. Are you just like, I'm just going to move on, fine? Or, okay, what's making you emotional? The Queen of Wands. All right, so look, it's either an Aries or a Sagittarius. All right, so Queen of Wands, Six of Wands. Somebody is successful. That an Aries or a Sagittarius is successful. Okay, or they're confident. What did you want to happen? Or somebody else is attractive. What did you expect to happen then? What does that have to do? I guess it's somebody you know. Oh, now this is you and you don't like to be out in public. You wanted to be isolated, but I feel like you thought somebody was just going to be isolated or to themselves, but they get to be out in front of people and they're successful, they're doing well. What? Okay, what's the love part? What's the love part? Oh, you're a Gemini? Okay, I'll do Gemini. What's the love part here? What does that have to do with anything? Okay, so something has inspired somebody here. Love inspired somebody. There's a Leo and a Scorpio. Let me see what the love part is. Who's in love or who's doing something out of love here? Okay, love transitioned into confidence. So the emotional part, somebody ends up becoming more independent possibly. But who are they doing something out of love for? Okay, and Aries. All right, Aries and pride. All right, so I feel like literally we gave Aries we told Aries to be proud of themselves. We told Aries to believe in themselves. We told Aries that they're able to figure something out that may trigger you, or they weren't supposed to figure it out. They weren't supposed to know, or because what did you expect here with the Hermit? Maybe somebody's supposed to be isolated or to themselves. Yeah, resistance. What were they supposed to resist? It looks like okay, we talked about a Libra's perspective already, and that somebody can see it. This is already known. I don't know what the chain reaction is, but it's like this person can already see that something is not real. It's not a real rule, or I don't know how that dynamic flows, but you could have some of those placements. Maybe somebody was supposed to be worried about whether or not they should show something off, be proud of themselves. But they should be. Okay, okay. What energy should you be in, Tauruses? Yourself. You got respect. What would you do as yourself? Because right now you're in Cancer energy. All right, it just doesn't. Okay, what's the outcome for you, Taurus? Maybe focus on yourself more. Yeah, dominance, fight, transition. Yeah, I feel like you're getting distracted. You're distracted or you're offended by something that may not have anything to do with you is kind of what I'm getting. Because, like, your emotions are, like, all over the place because of another person. All right, let's see. What? What y'all talking about? All right, let's see. All right, Gemini's last but not least, y'all. The last sign. Y'all almost got skipped because I didn't even notice that it wasn't on there. You almost got skipped, child. Okay. Geminis. Let me put some lip gloss on for the last sign. Oh, and let me timestamp it. All right, let's see. Make sure y'all follow, subscribe. Personal readings are in the bio. You can join as a member to get a free deck. All right, free oracle and tarot deck. And you get monthly questions and career and love readings on YouTube. All right, so what is the energy surrounding the Geminis? What is the situation for the Geminis? Okay, rebellion, same thing as Aries. All right, so we saw Aries was talking to you possibly or had that energy in their reading. All right, so what's your energy, Gemini? What role do you play here? Ooh, power. Everybody's coming out as power. That was you, Leo, and Libra. Maybe y'all all arguing. Gemini, Leo, and Libra, right? So you're yelling about something. You're making very certain, like you're saying something in a very stern manner. All right, you're standing in your power. All right, what other energy should you be in here, Geminis? Okay, you need to resist. Okay, what do you need to hold back from? Okay, you've got resilience, pride, and potential. Let me get one more, and then guidance. Let's clarify. Let's see. Something looks like an uphill battle. I also would not, you may want to show something off, but it's not completed yet. But what is the thing you need to resist first? Let's see that first of all. What is the thing that you need to resist doing? The Six of Cups. Okay, so there could be something, if you're wondering about children, this would not be a good time to have children, just to throw that out there. I feel like, too, you want to go back to your past, like somebody that you used to date, deal with, an old friend. I'm also getting, too, you want to be generous to somebody. This is not a good time to be generous. That's why resilience is there. Somebody also, if you're trying to be generous to somebody or kind, they're going through a difficult time, I'm assuming because of something that they went through here. I feel like, too, there's something, I'm going to pull this out. I see the Hermit. It looks like children is what is inspiring somebody to want to get married. Random. I just see that, like, children is the thing that makes somebody want to get married. So even if you already have children, you want to get remarried, or if you want children, you're like, no, we need to get married or something like that. And what energy are you currently in power? I feel like, too, if you say something, the person or the people that you're saying it to, somebody has already experienced something. So what you're talking about may not come across very well. What else are you doing in power? You're actually walking away from something. Okay, what are you walking away from? You're, okay. All right, the Eight of Swords. And what are you trying to go towards here? There's like a trap perspective possibly. Okay, so literally you are leaving somewhere, like physically leaving. You're getting up and you're leaving. You're like, I don't want to live here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. Okay, I mean, you're trying to get power over your own mindset. What's the result of power for you, Geminis? I see Leo here. You could be listening. Now, there's a couple of signs that came out. You could either be listening to a Libra and a Leo or whatever. There could be a combination. All right, what's the outcome of where you're headed here, Geminis, for yourself? Yeah, Aries, the Emperor. The High Priestess. All right. Page of Swords, Three of Wands, and then the Wheel of Fortune. We're going to look back on something and know that somebody was correct. Let's see what our intuition was telling us. What is the outcome of power for you? I don't know if you should do that. Are you getting... Okay, there you go. Gemini. You're inspiring somebody. Again, something become, that's what I'm saying. Something is difficult though. You cause something to become more difficult. That's the hard part. Or what is this person? Somebody's looking back and realizing they were right. What is intuition telling us? I feel like an Aries is sitting there looking and knowing that they are right. I did mention that Sagittarius is going to have to plan for something or re-strategize. All right, so somebody knows that something is not going to work out. What is finesse? What's the intended outcome here? We intuitively already know that something's not going to work out. We got confidence. What is going to occur? Somebody's trying to do something independently. Oh, angel. So the outcome, something goes in the Sagittarius's favor. Wow. Okay. I'm not sure. Okay. So the outcome was supposed to be the 9 of Pentacles. It ends up being a Sagittarius. And they know that. So I feel like a Sag knows intuitively something's going to work out for them or something's going to go their way. That could be why they come out as luck. But, okay. Where are you at, Gemini? You're in the King of Pentacles. All right. Death card, Capricorn. It's interesting. You be dealing with a Scorpio, Capricorn. I feel like there's something where you might be Oh, I see. Okay, I see what this is. If these are people, you're going against a Scorpio and a Capricorn. But what I see is you're trying to skip over Sagittarius. It goes Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn. You're trying to skip over the truth, or you're trying to skip over, like you want some sort of reality to just remain what it is. You're trying to skip over something. What is the intended outcome with confidence really quick? We'll see what this is about. Oh no, child. All right, so the 7 of Cups, some sort of illusion here. All right, what is going to be the outcome with Angel? All right, the 10 of Pentacles. All right, 8 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. All right, looks like, so it looks like somebody could, looks like they're going to receive something for some work that they're doing or something that they're building, possibly. I mean, I don't know what that has to do with your reading, though. That's the thing. They get jumbled at the end. But what's going to happen for Sagittarius? I don't know if they have to pay for something. They either receive something or got to pay for it. Oh, confidence. All right, so the Sag is confidence and finesse again. Yeah, literally, we're going to see the truth. That's what Sag rules. So it's backwards, but the truth will come out. We're going to be able to see that. We're going to be able to see that somebody is lying. And I don't know what that has to do with your reading. But that's it. That's what we're going to see. Somebody's lying. Okay. All right, Gemini, that was it. You got to come early to get the better reading. But yeah. All right. You have Sag placements too. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate y'all. Happy Friday. Enjoy y'all Fridays. All right, I will be back. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know where to find everything.